it doesn't. I think you can. There are a couple of themes. I think being which I mean, you know, there to me there's a but it had I like the way that they show off how you. This is one though that man, I guess because I told you, I mentioned this before. Well, when the I guess on some levels, yeah, when the
Whoa! Woke up.
Here, let me try.
Whoa! 0 hit point.
Let me just give it a shot. Let me just throw one out there. All right. 0.
Well, welcome to 0 Hit Points, everybody. I'm Ryan Miller. It's October the 5th, 1927. I'm Ryan Miller. Welcome to 0 Hit Points. It's October the 5th. He's my BF buddy, Matt Amberg. I added an M to the first, so I figured I'd keep it even.
Yeah, no, it worked. I don't know what my name is, but I'm your BF buddy, and
or what your intro is, or when the podcast started.
That can go a lot of ways.
Battlefront, Battlefield.
Okay,
is that? I was unaware there was an ambiguity with that term.
Oh, dude, you do. Wow, really? Not thinking
about. Is the ambiguity like? Am I talking about Battlefront or Battlefield? Like, which one is it?
Man, we should just move on because it's not going to get. It's just going to get more graphic and filthy.
Because we're going to talk about both during this show.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me. The B in my brain is butt. You can figure out what the F is for.
Field, still field.
Yeah, Buttfield.
Definitely, gotcha.
Yeah, Butterfield. It's a Butterfield turkeys.
I'm excited to be here. Are you excited to be here?
You know, I've been looking forward to this all minutes
since the last time we talked last week at this time.
Okay, sure. Whatever.
I've been trying work-life balance, man. I've been trying to work on my life.
I've been trying to work on my balance.
I tried to do the thing for a while where I still play video games during the week.
Don't.
And I've got too behind on stuff that people yell at me for. So I'm bringing very little to the table for this show, my friend.
Think about it this way. The table we usually bring stuff to is very small in the first place, so it's going to look a lot grander when we shave it. Wait.
What?
I don't. You know what?
I brought a table. That's all that I bring to the table is the.
You actually brought the table.
I brought a table. That's
it's an important factor.
So it's up to you, sir.
I've got it. I've got it all.
Fill it. Fill the table, as they say.
Fill your table.
Hey, tell me about a thing that'll make me feel like I did things this past week.
Okay. Put yourself in my shoes, but not really, because I think your feet are bigger than mine.
Ooh,
that's actually a good question. What size shoe do you
wear? You're right, isn't it though? We don't know things we don't know about each other. When it happens, it's just fantastic.
You don't wear Converse though, so like, and their foot sizes are weird. So
are they?
Yeah, because like
was that pre or post Nike?
It's a good question. I don't know. I just know that like what I wear in a Converse, which is a 9. I think is like an 8.5, like for other shoes, or it's a 9.5. I can't remember which. I think it's smaller in other shoes.
It sounds conspiratorial.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's planned obsolescence of feet. Okay, so put yourself in my shoes because you've already been in these specific shoes.
Okay.
A friend of mine had. You've mentioned the movie. I wanted to see it when it came out.
Okay. I mentioned it like we talked about it on the show.
Yeah. This has been brought up. Sicario. So we just had never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Okay, maybe I guess you hadn't seen it. We talked about it because I wanted to see it.
Right.
so we decided to watch it this weekend after another friend of mine was talking about it, and he was just like, I love this movie. All right, fine, I'm gonna watch it. Okay. That movie is brutal. It's mean. Not in the same way like Green Room is mean. And I know I've mentioned Green Room, but it's a really good example of just kind of mean. It's a harsh movie in a lot of ways.
Like you said, The Revenant was pretty mean too. Are we Revenant territory here?
I think The Revenant is mean in the sense that you watch it and you're just like, why am I watching it?
That was mean. Who made me do that?
I don't like it. No, it's mean like
well, the bear, just leave him alone.
It doesn't. There's like on some level, there's almost no upside to the movie. Like it's one of those movies that gives you a premise, and there are two very, very obvious sides to it, and the movie kind of gives you a little give and take with that about whether or not it's ethical, whether it's the right thing to do, whether it's even something we should be involved in, and it's just Emily Blunt, just out of this world. She's out of her mind in this movie.
So, but before we move on from the meanness, it sounds like it's a pawnbroker. Did you ever see Pawnbroker?
I didn't.
First movie I ever saw in film school. So I mean, this may have been the point of it, but that was very much, there was no upside. Like it's about the Holocaust. It's about how there's no upside to that.
How is there no upside?
Basically, because there's movies like Life is Beautiful.
Lashana Tova.
Thank you. Yeah. I've been waiting, I don't know how long to hear you say that. Now that you have,
you got nothing for it.
I kind of don't know what to do. Yeah. No, it was.
Let's go get yourself a potato pancake.
That sounds delicious.
Latkes are great. Okay, sorry. Go.
Also, The Pawnbroker, just nowhere to hide. Like there's a conversation. It's been a while since I've seen it too, but there's a conversation that happens. But essentially, and this part I remember because this is what I wrote about, was how it ends with there's no redeeming quality. Like one of the guys is arguing about something, and the other guy is arguing about how it's bad. Like it's bad,
right.
And then that guy essentially wins the conversation, and the whole. It was interesting to see the class react because, especially students at that point, were all trained to look for the happy ending somewhere, and everybody in there was just grasping for it like nothing else. And I'm like, no, man, like he says this, and the other guy is literally silent and just like he lost it all. Like so, okay, so it kind of Sicario. Does that sound?
Yeah, it's similar. I think you can. There are a couple of themes floating around here throughout the movie. The heaviest one, I think, being the movie is a combination of ethical and moral dilemmas. Which, I mean, you can break down most movies to that, but these are very much so something that I think, especially now, people can kind of maybe take a second and see different sides of the thing. And Emily Blunt's character, her arc is like, it's fascinating because to me, there's like this beautiful moment where there's a dawning realization for her, and I can't really explain the moment until you see it.
Okay.
It's one that I think a lot of people, given that situation, would fall into, and she just sells it so well to me. And that film, it's just incredible. Deacon's cinematography, that is, you know what? The Revenant was gorgeous. No question. It deserved.
Did we look that up? Was that the one that beat Revenant?
It did. Yeah.
Okay. Beat Sicario for cinematography at the Oscars last year? Was that just last year?
It was.
Okay, all right.
It deserved the nomination for sure. Like, and I understand a lot of why that movie won. It was a beautiful to look at movie.
That's probably your favorite thing about it.
It's only absolutely. The Sicario, I think they did more with it's so weird to say they did more with less, because I don't think that's it. It's just kind of like,
well, so from the poster, I'd say it takes place in a desert of some sort. It's about a war, right?
Yeah, but kind of
Iraq.
It's no. This is all South America, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
It's all about Mexico, basically.
But is it though? That's the thing when you think about it.
It's not. That's the thing. Benicio del Toro, he's not Mexican.
No, he's the collector. This is actually a Marvel movie.
Yeah, this is Guardians of the Galaxy 2, starring Emily Blunt.
I knew it.
Yeah, I was screwing with you.
That's why when Emily Blunt comes to that realization, it's because this is stupid.
Yeah.
What else? So I'll watch it. It's been on my list.
You got to watch it. It really is a tremendous movie. Like I said, it's pretty mean. There's some a couple bits at the beginning too. Just like the movie starts off telling you exactly what to expect. Like it is only going to get worse from there. And in some ways, it really does. In other ways, not so much. That intro, the intro really does it does a great job of setting tone for everything that follows. And it's not a perfect movie by any means. There are a couple of threads that I did not enjoy that I was like, that I could have done without that, or it could have been solidified a little bit more. In particular, her partner in the FBI where she works, that guy, good actor, good in the scenes he's in. The scenes that he's in don't thread together very well for me. They're like, they're almost additions of, oh yeah, by the way, she has this other life too, but
so characters like that, you got to wonder what their purpose is. Cause you feel like, especially in a movie like that, you feel like there's not a lot of fat, right? Like he's there for a reason, but they felt like they had to build him out.
His purpose is grounding, and it's given away immediately. Like, the minute you see that character, and there's like the brief break between the two where they split, when he's gone for some of the time, and because she's the main character. So when she's off doing other stuff, like he comes back in and it's a grounding moment to go, oh yeah, we remember why she's there. We remember like
she's being pulled in several different directions.
Yeah. And her partner, like the point of her partner is not to pull in one direction or the other. The point really is he is the grounding character. He's the one that he is kind of the reminder of her moral compass.
Yeah. He doesn't do the pulling, but the pulling happens inside of her.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. It happens.
Okay, now I don't have to see it.
Nope, you saw it.
That was a great movie.
I hope you liked it. Yeah, and very cool. The guy who directed it is also the guy Denis Villeneuve. I can't remember what his last name is. He's the guy that's doing the new Blade Runner movie. And after seeing this, I can totally see him pulling off Blade Runner from a directorial standpoint if everything else falls into play.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Sicario, super good, man.
Is that the extent of your cinematic travels this last week?
I started Luke Cage.
Oh, I do. I want to start that real bad.
Yes, you do. I
haven't heard a bad thing about it yet.
And you should not be hearing anything bad things.
My wife has gone for a day. They went to Magic Mountain, and I almost marathoned. But I ended up working all day. But yeah, I wanted to, because I still haven't seen Jessica Jones. The only thing I've watched to completion has been both seasons of Daredevil, which I feel like is as fun as it was. I feel like all the other ones are better. So yeah, I wanted to sit through Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and just but I didn't. So great.
I personally am glad that I got to watch Jessica Jones before this, because he's in the show quite a bit.
Right.
He's not a small character. Like he's in most episodes of the show.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought he just popped up every now and then.
No. He's in the show. Like he is a.
That makes sense.
He's
their
major
universes
component.
Are pretty parallel.
Yeah, they're or neighborhood.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. And in the comic books, they end up getting married. So like, there's that whole thing.
Ah. Okay.
So he's pretty entangled in Jessica Jones. But the first episode of Luke Cage, the only complaint I've seen from people is that it doesn't really kick off until a few episodes in, but I feel like all of them do that. And I'm okay with that because I don't have to wait
it's the Netflix medium, man. Yeah. Like we talked about this a little bit with Daredevil, how they like the episodes are longer than broadcast television. They seem very much okay with taking their time.
Yeah, and I'm
quite often,
and I'm thrilled about it. This Luke Cage, just watch it. It's the soundtrack is phenomenal. I'm not a huge hip hop fan, so I don't know a lot of the musicians, but the music, it fits.
Well, let me school you, brother.
Please do. Holmes, listen.
Once upon a time, there was a little band called Eminem. And he came up from 8 Mile.
Yep, I've seen that movie.
In the Bronx.
So he was just in a movie, okay?
And it turns out he could do it.
Wow.
And
that's inspirational.
Boom. Yep. The Beastie Boys followed shortly thereafter.
Cool.
And then there was Vanilla Ice.
Right.
And pretty soon the African American community picked up on it. Man.
Wow. I did not know. That's, you know what? Man, white people are so good at everything.
You know,
the soundtrack is super great for that. Like Luke Cage's soundtrack is that first episode. Just the hip hop that they use, the beats in the background, like they really accentuate bits to the show, and the
hip hop beats are good.
They are. All of the actors are stellar. Like it's a standout show, man. It's right up there with all of those shows. Which again, so far, and Civil War I still haven't seen, but. I mean, I'm going to take these Netflix shows over any of the movies for the most part because I really like these a lot more.
Not even close.
You know what? There's stories that are more interesting to me. Daredevil seasons 1 and 2, way more interesting to me than a lot of the Marvel movie stuff. Yeah, I will take Daredevil seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah,
if you
when
say
you put
here,
it
you gotta
like that, yes, there's a lot of interest there,
about.
but the execution is not.
It's TV. It's TV to movie. It's different things.
I don't. No, especially what TV's doing now, especially off-network TV.
Yeah,
that is not even a consideration anymore.
You know what?
There's fantastic stuff.
Yeah,
stuff
there
that goes up against movies any day of the week.
And in my opinion, like for the stories that I want to see, the stuff that I really enjoy, I will take these shows. I will take Daredevil season 1 and 2. I'll say it. I'll take it over the first Avengers movie. I will. I'll take it over probably Iron Man 2.
That's fine.
I think the only ones that I wouldn't take the shows over are Ant-Man, Daredevil, or Thor 1 and 2, but that's like almost that's a wash.
I think we're talking taste here more than anything.
We are, and you're just wrong. It's fine. It's okay to be wrong. I understand it.
Oh,
I mean,
goodness,
I don't really
man.
because I've never been wrong.
Hey, one of these days.
Speaking of 0 hit points retraction, I have been wrong, and there it is.
Oh, I thought you had an official one.
That was
just
official.
A blanket. Okay, just a blanket official retraction. It's it.
Retracting.
We are retracting 0 hit points.
93 episodes. All 93 episodes have been retracted.
This is the official retraction of 0 hit points.
You waited for it.
We're
you
sorry.
got it.
You were right, everybody.
There won't be a public apology except for that one. Other than that, no things. Nothing.
Okay, well, before we leave media or movies or whatever, there was a thing that I can pretend to talk about, even though I didn't see any. I'm halfway through 2 movies. Mm-hmm. Although I want to say I did start. Oh, no.
Man,
I remember
that's
what it was.
Like
halfway
watching
through.
A whole movie.
I know, that's crazy, right? Why don't I just tell you about what that movie is? I'm not going to. J.J. Abrams spoke up about the Portal movie. That long, I don't know, not rumored, like they've confirmed, like J.J. Abrams is with Valve. They're working together on a Half-Life and a Portal movie, at least.
Right.
In addition to, I think there's a game in there somewhere in the works too that they're collaborating. Collab.
Good.
He was at the premiere for Westworld, which I'm sure we'll be talking about at some point.
I hope so.
Which he is executive producing. And the quote, which is the main reason I want to talk about this, is because he seems to get it. Like we've recently talked about when, especially after we went to PAX, like video game movies can do it, or how they might be able to do it if they would ever do it.
Doing it.
Quote, we are having some really interesting discussions with writers, many of whom, once you said you're doing a movie or show about a specific thing that is a known quantity, you start to find people who are rabid about these things. As someone who loves playing Half-Life and Portal, what's the movie of this? It's incredible when you talk to somebody who just gets it. So the 2 things, like that he's going to people that are rabid about it, like I feel like that's step 1, obviously, people that are passionate about it. So he's I feel like walking down the right avenue there. Step 2 is if they're good writers.
There is a huge part of me that hopes that Eric Wolpaw is involved in some of the writing.
They got to be, right? Like, especially if he's collaborating with Valve, like if he hasn't got because they are good writers. I don't care. Like, I mean, yes, they've excelled in the video game medium, but
big deal.
Also outside
medium, whatever. It's still writing. And for anybody who doesn't know, Eric Wolpaw was the head creative writer on Portal 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So
along with
Chet.
Yes, Chet.
Fazilisesk. I can never remember. His last name is a Faz something.
It's
there's a K in it too.
Fantastic is what it is.
He's Faz.
It's hard to even talk about it. Anyway, so this gave me hope. I thought this was cool. I think he could be doing this the right way.
Yeah, no, I agree. JJ rebooted freaking Star Wars. He rebooted Star Trek to mild success, Star Wars to massive success. The guy obviously gets all of this stuff.
I think he rebooted both of those to massive success, I would say.
I would say probably. I
guess
it
depends on who you ask, I guess.
Yeah,
it was a greater leap, the reboot of Star Trek, I guess.
Well, and you know what? I guess massive success. There's 3 movies.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And that first one, there's people love it.
People,
kids love it.
Kids hate it. There was a band in Wisconsin that my wife knew. She knew the lead singer or the guitar player or something. The band was called Salt, and they had bumper stickers made that they would just go and put on people's bumpers that said "Kids love salt," because it's true, but it's also true.
Is that a thing? Kids love salt? Are
you kidding me?
I didn't my son
every food your child loves. Maybe not your children, because you probably get good food, but
no, my son, we have to stop him from eating salt out of the bottle, basically.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's most of the foods kids are eating, the junk food and stuff, it's just salt. It's so much sodium.
Huh.
That's what all the flavor is. Kids love salt. Adults love salt.
See, and I thought it was sugar this whole time.
It's never been sugar.
Guess what?
Sugar is the hey, look here, sleight of hand. Salt's over here doing damage.
Salt damage. Okay, let's
salt the streets of your innards.
Move it along, I guess.
Okay. Let's
you play again. You're gonna carry this section too.
I played a lot of video games this week.
Okay.
I did. I played a bunch of stuff in small chunks. So I guess we'll start here, because once I start getting to the console stuff, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
Cool.
So I downloaded Clustertruck. I hope you beeped it. It better have been bleeped. If
you stumbled, because you feel. I wish I had a live action bleeper so you could.
Oh man,
because it's hard. You don't know. It's like you're playing against a CGI Ghost Star here.
No, it's cool. I like green screening. It's fine. So I downloaded Clustertruck. I didn't know what it was. I seriously, I'd seen the name.
You know what it is? It's a cluster. Was it a cluster of trucks, Matthew?
It was. One might say. I would not be that person, but you might.
Okay.
Very well. Yeah. So I didn't know what the game was. Do you actually know what the game is?
No, I assumed it was a cluster of trucks somehow.
The game is it's first person. Just the trucks are. It's like it's like a hopscotch version of Goat Simulator. That's the only thing I can
that sounds like Goat Simulator.
That's right. So it's the weird physics where the trucks kind of bounce around things and they'll hit stuff, they'll explode. Sometimes they'll crash into each other, and you're on top of them and you have to jump to the trucks. And the idea is to go from point A to point B as fast as you can.
All right.
And
I thought you were a truck in the explosion.
That's what I thought. I thought it was some weird Euro Truck Simulator thing. Yeah. So it's a first person thing, and you have as you play, you get style points, because there's different. You can do different things when the trucks are moving. So if the trucks are in midair and you jump onto one, you'll get a style point for it, because it's it's a flying truck. Whatever.
Is it going in slow motion? Do you have some?
No.
Okay.
This game, you're trying to go as fast as you can. It's almost like Super Hot in that sense. You're trying to get from point A to point B as fast as you can. And so as you get the style points and stuff, you have abilities that you can unlock. As far as I can tell, you could only have one working at a time. So there are a bunch of them. There's double jumps. There's one that makes you float like a feather. There's a grappling hook. There's one that makes the trucks boost with you.
You're right.
It is ridiculous. Now, one thing I didn't do, because I only played it for about half an hour, which, believe me, 30 minutes of that game
I was going to say
is a lot.
Probably goes a long way. Yeah. No.
But it is totally one of those games that I didn't realize a half an hour went by. Because like it was fun. You want to like get to the next level. You want to finish each of the worlds that you're going through in the campaign mode. What I didn't do is I did not set up my Twitch stuff yet, but the developers put in essentially the same thing that Mike Micah put into IDAR with the hash bombs.
Yeah.
But there are hash bombs that only work from their account.
And didn't tell anybody.
And they didn't tell anybody.
They started messing with people.
So they've been messing with people on live streams where they're changing the colors of the cars. They can make them fly. They can put text on the screen. Pretty cool. I haven't done it yet. I will probably try and stream it at one point, but you never know if they're actually going to do anything.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I bet there's the everybody started dreaming that, like, they rickrolled them. They started playing Never Gonna Give You Up. They stopped doing that once they realized it messed up people's actual Twitch audio.
Right.
But yeah, sounds pretty great.
It's pretty cool.
That goes. My only question about the game then is this. The only simulator game I've played is Goat Simulator.
Yeah. It's not like
which totally cool. Like, I loved it, and I understand how 30 minutes of it can go a long way in a simulator type game.
Sure.
Does it control well enough? Because I feel like beyond entertainment value, there's no staying power with games like that kind of. It's just a fun diversion, a palate cleanser maybe. Now I want to go play a real game.
Okay,
or something.
That is exactly why I bought it. I bought it because I wanted something that I could play for like 30 minutes because I had time to kill, but I didn't have anything installed. Nothing was grabbing me. And I was like, oh yeah, why not this?
Okay.
Yeah, no, it does. It controls great, but also keep in mind I'm playing it on a PC. So a mouse and keyboard, I don't know. In theory, it should control fine on a controller. I didn't try it with a controller.
I'm just curious if it does excel beyond this, like, because the objectives you're talking about sound really interesting, and they sound deeper than something like a Goat Simulator. Like,
yeah,
trying to get into that, it sounds almost like a platformer mixed with Burnout's Crash mode mixed with whatever other game you already said too.
Sure. I mean, it is. You can see a lot of like an amalgamation of things in there for sure, but it's something that if they put in achievements, I could totally see this being one of those games that you would get into. Like, you would actually really like the game. But hold on. Wait.
Like,
hold on.
Does it dig its hooks into you, or is it the same thing? Like, you're kind of done. Like, you.
Well, I mean, so the game changes based on what abilities you're using at the time. Some things are going to be different and easier to get around than others, depending on what abilities you use, because you can go faster, further, higher. You can potentially see where the trucks are going, and if they're there already, you can get to them. The levels vary enough to where I'm not bored with them yet, and I'm but it's not something you're going to sit down and mainline for like 3 hours. You're not. Okay. It is something that I think for like for people that really enjoy time trial stuff and really getting that perfect stuff, almost like the some of the stuff you had to do in Portal, like to get the achievements in Portal to go as fast as you can. This is something people like that would really, really enjoy. If you don't like going that deep, it's still something you can really, really enjoy.
So are the controls exact enough that holds up, though, then?
I think so. They were solid enough for me to go, whenever I landed somewhere, I knew why I landed there. Like, I knew that it was because I didn't hold W long enough, or because I did hold it too long, whatever.
Okay. I'm going to check back with you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'll probably, like I said, it'll be a palate cleanser. Okay. I think the game time on it now on my thing is, I think now I'm at 17 hours. So that was all this weekend of Shadowrun Returns.
Nice.
Yeah. I was up early and then late and
all 17 hours this weekend, or?
Well, Thursday through Sunday.
Cause you've had the game
for years.
To get everybody up to date, I guess. Yeah. And you kickstarted it too, right?
I did. Yeah. I had not put any time into it. I booted the game at one point. I started the game and something came out or whatever, and I got sidetracked and just, I don't know.
Sure.
But I really, really wanted to play something, this. Basically, I had pulled out the...
You did a hell of a job then.
Thanks, man. I know.
For wanting to play something this, like it's...
Look at me doing things.
100%.
Yeah.
You are batting 100.
I am giving myself an Olympic gold medal for doing what I wanted to do. Thank you, Olympic Committee. Suck it, America.
Wait, yeah. So who are you playing the Olympics for then? Who are playing the Olympics?
Hey, you know what? I'm a free agent.
Our grasp of reality.
I'm a free agent. You know, whoever wants to draft me can.
Right.
I'll bring this medal. I don't care. So when I kickstarted it to a level where I got a boxed copy of the game. So I got an actual disc. I got a dock wagon card.
I thought you said dog for a second.
Yep, dog wagons. A USB stick that also had copies of the game on them that were DRM free. Totally forgot that I had that game and that got to play it. Freaking great. So good. Unfreaking believably good. It's everything I wanted from a Shadowrun game so far.
Cool.
It is.
I have no history with that franchise. So.
It's a fun cyberpunky future with neo magic.
Is it
properties.
XCOM like?
No. Well, when I guess on some levels, yeah, when the fighting happens, but it's not as, I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of gameplay, I guess the screenshots I've only ever seen of it reminded me of XCOM.
Right, so it's isometric, but it's also an RPG. So it's a little different. XCOM is
okay.
XCOM's RPG aspects come into, you build the base, you send your people to a mission, and you immediately fight. This is, you are talking to various characters throughout the world. You're doing runs for them to get them
Shadowruns,
shaded joggings. That's what I do because I'm a little heavier. So you do things for the people in the world as you have an ultimate goal. There are the classes for Shadowrun have always been some of the coolest things. So it's cyberpunk stuff. So you get street samurais and deckers. Deckers are like hackers basically, and riggers. And riggers are
they're called decker.
Yeah, they're called deckers.
That's nice. Okay, that's
and
good.
Not deckered. Decker,
but that's what they're.
Yes,
yeah,
that's absolutely what the reference is from. Totally. Yeah. Riggers can use drones and stuff, and they do some hacking stuff too. There are trolls and orcs in this world, and there's magic, so there are mages and casters and stuff.
Huh.
And so there's like a lot of technomancy and cyberpunky stuff, and it's just really great.
Ryan Likey,
you very well might. Like it's a fun game.
No,
it's all isometric. You move around the world. You do the run. You do runs for people who ask.
The Shadowrun.
The shaded joggings.
Just every time you say it,
it's fine. The ultimate goal of the game is to get enough money to figure out what's going on. There's an actual. Without going too deep into the lore, dragons are real. They're not necessarily the dragons that you're expecting them to be, but they tend to take over corporations. They're magic. Okay. So a dragon that had died...
But they're like sentient, like smart,
dragons.
Like people dragons. They take over corporate... Like they're not like...
They're dragons.
Light stuff on fire, fly away, rain of fire. We're talking like more like Super Mario Brothers, like... dragons in a suit, like running businesses. Okay,
closer to the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's point and click. The combat is turn based, so all of your guys have action points. You use your action points, kill the bad guys, or don't. Whatever. It's great. It's super great. The story is solid so far. All the lore that they've put into the game is great. The look of it is fantastic, and I'm really enjoying the game, and I can't wait to play more. more.
Cool.
And I'm excited because this is one of those games that has a built-in mod functionality. So people have been building their own shaded joggings that you can download and play, and so lots of life in the game.
Cool.
And now we get to I'm gonna jump to the console area where I'm pissed. So last night, turned on my Xbox, tried to play some Star Wars Battlefront with Ryan, and it didn't work. Rebooted my Xbox, and my SSD stopped working.
I feel like we're skipping way ahead into the console town, according to my piece of paper here.
Hold on.
Okay,
So this is annoying because I had just like an hour before we started playing, downloaded Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Finally, it was on
Not
sale.
even like go even farther back where you finish working, you send me a text and you're like, hey, let's play games, and I'm like, oh man, I have to work. I'll see if I can knock it out.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's like
if I
2
get to this
o'clock.
point where I'm dumping videos, I can play games while it dumps, for lack of a better word, but not really. So
Gross.
finally I get to the point where I'm like, you know what? This is just never going to end, and I have to take a break. So yeah, let's play some games. Like a bazillion hours later. Like you've been playing for at least 4 hours at this point. Or something
I've been doing other stuff, but I've been playing Mirror's Edge for about an hour at that point.
So yeah, at one point you got to Mirror's Edge, and then continue.
Yeah. So I turned off my Xbox because for some reason Battlefront wasn't connecting. It wasn't working right. Turn off my Xbox, restart it, and now my SSD isn't recognized. And while it's not a huge deal, I can always re-download stuff. It's so annoying, and now I don't have an SSD, and I'm still got the crappy old Xbox thing, so now I've got to delete a whole bunch of games so I can install stuff that we actually play. I'm so annoyed.
Yeah, it was great. You're like, oh, it's not like it wouldn't join our games, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And you're like, here, let's try it again, and it would like kind of join, then it would work for a second, then it wouldn't. You're like, what is going on here? I need to reboot.
Worst decision of my life.
Nothing.
I felt like as soon as it came up, I totally had that Job face of I've made a terrible mistake.
So yeah, that was a fabulous end. I played 3 games alone and then went back to work.
Fun. So I did get to play about an hour of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. For an hour's worth, it was good. It's solid. The controls were great. The story is a little muddled so far, but it's early.
It's muddled an hour in already?
Yeah. Well, it's muddled in the sense that like I shouldn't say muddled. It's just
meddled.
I don't know what the whole story is yet, so it's
okay.
Kind of one of those things.
They haven't front loaded the story with everything about it.
Oh, actually, so funny. Here's one of my first gripes about the game. They did front load a whole bunch of information. They give you all this stuff while the guy's talking to you while you're learning how to play the game, which is great. Except in this game, you kind of like, for me anyways, I couldn't listen to him and focus on what I was needing to do with the controls and follow what the instructions were on the screen. There was a lot of stuff going on where, like, because everything is stark white, you have the reds that are like, yes, press this button, press that button.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of the game, to be taught, here's how you do this stuff while he's talking to you. It's just like, why would you do that? Don't have him give you vital information that could be vital to the story while you're preoccupied.
While you're tutorializing. The red stuff is easy to grab onto. By the way, the evil head of this corporation hates red things you grab onto. I don't know.
Are you touching a red thing? You're the bad guy. Basically. So Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I didn't get a ton of time with it.
I'll check back with you on that one too.
Yeah. And then I started a couple weeks back and finally finished it. I started doing competitive Overwatch on the PC. I started my placement matches, and I had gone, I think, 1-3. I finished out.
Is that one win?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I finished out 50-50, basically, I think, was what it turned out to be. But I ended up with a placement score of just shy of 2,500.
Cool.
And it put me into platinum, which
nice.
I feel like is not good.
Oh.
Like, because there's gold and there's silver and bronze, I think. and I just don't. I don't know, man.
Was platinum? I thought platinum was like at the.
No. Platinum. No. Platinum's got. There's like 3 or 4 more levels above platinum.
But platinum's really good. That's like the
above
thing.
Gold.
It's yeah.
I don't know.
And there's what's above that.
What's above gold? Platinum. I just told you.
No, what's above platinum? What's
like
better than
super
platinum? That's not a metal.
It's you know what? It's you don't know. What are you, an alloyist?
That's like in the Olympics, like 4 years from now, where they're like, I got a gold medal. Iceland got a super gold. It's not. You can't do that.
Iceland. The delegate from Iceland says they did get a super gold.
Dang it.
So I hope you go straight to hail. Here you go. You want to know? I will tell you what to know. This is what you may know.
Oh, now you're with your new.
Bronze?
You're completely divorced from your computer, so it's like you're like, I can look anything up.
I am divorcing myself. It is bronze.
Because your microphone and recording device are all separated now. Which
it's
is
super cool.
Yeah, okay.
It's really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had done this like a year ago.
And we've been doing this for 2 years,
which
so that's
is
not even.
Yeah. So bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, and grandmaster.
Oh, so that's not again grandmaster. It's not even that's not a physical object even.
You don't have to. It's a skilled tier. So cry about it some more.
The moment we moved off the gold standard, I knew this was going to happen.
You know what? You were.
My dad was
wrong.
right. Rush Limbaugh was right.
And then I played. Overwatch. By the way, huge thanks to Oz from the Damn Woods. He joined me for finishing out the competitive stuff. I streamed that whole last bit. And
I watched a little bit.
The last of my placement rounds. So that's up on Twitch. I haven't actually moved it to YouTube yet. I should probably consider that. I think I have a local copy of it.
I think you might have mentioned it to me at some point, but that's no way to get things done around here.
No, but clearly the only way to get things done around here is to not do them.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah, we're
consider
fine.
it done.
It was great. Playing competitive is definitely the way I think I like playing that game.
I did like watching you choose characters at the menu and then watching that character gray out for everybody else.
It was so
entertaining.
Nice. Yeah, it was real good.
Yep.
I did very well with hand soap. I also played some Pac-Man Alpha Plus.
Which is what you call Hanzo, in case anybody wants to derive another meaning from that phrase.
Whatever.
Just go ahead.
Pac-Man Alpha Plus Ultra Mega Mix Super Turbo Trout Championship Edition 2.
What did you get done on that game, sir? More of it you played.
I am now on... God, am I on the 5th or 6th level? I think I'm on the 5th part.
Oh, the adventure mode?
Of the adventure
world
mode
or whatever? Okay.
And I don't know that I'm going to get past that.
Still doing hard difficulty?
I am still doing hard difficulty, and 5 million for me is apparently a number that I am not allowed to hit.
Oh, so you've gotten to the one, that would be World 6 then. The one where it's like hit 5 million within 5 minutes or whatever it is, or 6 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good luck. I've gotten 2 of those, I think, and there's like 9 or 10 of them.
Well, there's if it's the whole thing. I mean, I got it on the first one, like 3 or 4 tries. Second one, it's got all the jumps in it where the like the little teleporty things that jump you to the other sides.
Those have been the hardest to master in that game.
Yeah, and I'm just no matter what I do, I think the closest I get is I've gotten a 92%, but I just cannot.
Man, no, you're not. That's what killed the game for me too. Like I can't.
Yeah, so I don't know that I'll be going back to that. I may drop it down to the lowest level just to go through them.
There's not a curve either. Like this is Guitar Hero 3 all over again for me. Playing on expert, I'll remember this forever. All the way to the last set, which is the last 5 songs, and then I can't get any of them. It's just doing great up until then, and then difficulty curve, difficulty wall, cliff.
Yeah,
there's nothing, and this is the same thing. Like you get, like I can get some of those, but it doesn't seem like it seems like I still do the level perfect.
Right.
I'm at 92, 95%. I'm like, what else do I have to do?
See, so like I keep going back and forth because if you don't get all of the dots, you won't get the bombs, which become helpful. You're also missing out on points. But on the same token,
well, no. So on those, the bombs don't give you points.
No. The bombs just become helpful to get you back, to get you out of stuff.
Right.
I mean, if you don't
for what
get
they are actually for.
Right. If you don't actually get all of the dots, though, the pellets, you're missing out on vital points. So you have to decide: do I want to get all of the points and waste a lot of time?
And if you leave the level without getting all the pellets, it penalizes you on the next level.
Right. So you're stuck getting. You have to get all of the pellets. You can't die, because the minute you die, you lose your count. You can combo,
it's cumulative,
quote unquote.
Yeah.
I guess you can cumulative. Yeah, your cumulative count of pack pellets goes up to 500. Once you hit 500, every pellet is 500 points. If you die, you start at 0 again.
Right, and that's what you get penalized on if you don't collect all the pellets. Yeah.
Right, you lose.
I still need to look up technique videos on that thing, because I feel like there might be an argument to be made. Yeah,
I must be missing something. I don't know. It's still good. It's just that point. Like, I hit
we've
a
reached
skill
the end
wall
of the game,
pretty much.
Yeah. Although I will say I did finally S rank the last difficulty level on the not adventure mode, score attack.
Nice.
So that makes the stupid adventure mode the last achievement in that game for me. So
you're a S rank.
Worse or better?
You're an S rank.
I don't know. I am. That game has been ranked S by me.
Shazbot. And then you and I both we did our hit play with more Star Wars.
Home of the Nyan Nunba.
Oh man, I don't like that they say Nyan Nunba.
Nyan.
I don't
like
care.
They're trying to say my name, but somebody.
That's what I'm going to call you from now on.
Kicked him in the gut while they were.
Nyan Miller.
Nunba is my middle name.
I really enjoy playing Nyan.
Any movement on the Star Wars Battlefront front? I didn't even. Do you want to add anything? We talked about it last week.
Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of frustrations with that game. It's so much potential for me that just is not there. It's just missed. But whatever.
All right,
playing it. It's fine.
And I still love it. Although now that I'm down to my last few achievements, it's that whole I need to get a competitive mode, and then I need to get a hero token, and then I need to get objective score, and it's just all these things that need to happen, so that makes it super annoying when I'm playing a game where that's not technically the objective.
Never
so
is.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I still love the heroes, man. Especially now that they're kind of filled out with the DLC, playing the hero modes and just having all those choices and then seeing them all together and then run across the map. That part's still really cool.
It is. It's cool. There are aspects of the game that are fun. Just overall, meh.
All right. Did you play Pokemon Go this week?
Not.
Me neither, but guess what? The dead body news item of the week.
Yes! I love Pokemon dead body news item of the week.
Kind of. There's basically been a FTC complaint, I guess.
Yeah, because when you're pissed at Pokemon, Niantic, and Nintendo, you're like, hey, FTC, get involved.
I thought it was going to be, for some reason, I thought it was what am I thinking? A legal case. Somebody was trying to sue them for this. And then I read it and I was like, wait, they're just complaining to the FTC. And then you look at it and all the things they're complaining are literally all these things that everybody's been up in arms about. And it just comes off I just picture one person at the FTC, at the desk, just being and then they took away all the third-party things, so all this money I spent was it wasn't good for anything. And somebody at the desk just, oh no, that's very good. I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Do you realize that we could be saving people's lives or something right now? But
maybe, I don't know. What's my job?
We're talking about Pokemon. Great. Now I understand your $400 that you spent on Pokemon is important to you, and it's a lot of money. And while you may not have felt that you got your money's worth,
and then they took my account away just because I was using the third party things that were telling me where the Pokemons were. I can't tell where the Pokemon are anymore.
I gotta go. I'm siding with the guy. Go to the FTC on that one. Yeah, really bring the government down on them.
And I guess one of the guys complaining was like a proprietor of one of those sites. And it was my site.
Why can't I use their stuff with my stuff?
Insult to
Buy me
injury.
something.
Anyways, whatever. It's a complaint to the FTC, so I don't know. I
Speaking
don't know what the
of-
end game is here.
Speaking of complaining and speaking of government bodies getting involved in video games, the UK's false advertising board has been brought in to investigate No Man's Sky. The ultimate result here, by the way, is not going to be anything interesting. Like a lot of people see this and are like, good, Sean Murray and Hello Games deserves to go under. The worst that's going to happen here is every form of advertisement is going to have to be pulled down, most of which already has been. Steam is going to have to replace their advertisements, which I think they already did. And that's pretty much it. There may be a fine, but it's not going to be like Hello Games goes under because of this.
Yeah, I mean it's the Advertising Standards Authority, the ASA, and they've just said they've received enough complaints at this point that they have launched an investigation. So yeah, I don't know. Again, what the end game is here, but I mean, if it puts a wrench in this machine, like this whole machine where developers need to feel like they need to overpromise, and publishers, when they do feel like they need to, make a ton of money, if some of this gets messed up a little bit and we get like more honest people and marketing campaigns, then I guess cool. Like, but yeah, I mean,
this is like, man, I understand people are pissed about No Man's Sky. It makes sense. I get it. Especially people that were hyped up, especially people that bought the, that super expensive collector's edition and stuff. I get that. But I just can't help but think people have gone way off the reservation with this.
Me and you always err on the side of not being entitled, because there, no matter what you want to say, like I could see both sides of the story. There is just that tinge of entitlement, right? Where you're just like, that kind of like nullifies everything, or at the very least puts it in a perspective where you're just kind of like,
Well, and what gets me about it is that like it's the same. There's a couple of posts that have been made on like Reddit and that people share all over the place about here's a list of all the things Sean Murray said we could do. Here's a list of all this stuff. Sean Murray's a liar. Sean Murray. like
typed out too.
Yeah, no,
it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's really weird. I get that you wanted it to be what it wasn't. And I get that you're super pissed you spent your $50 or whatever you spent. I get it. And if you want that money back, maybe you're entitled to that. Maybe you're not. I don't make that ultimate decision, and I ultimately don't care. But going after the guy and his company, like,
oh, that's never right. Yeah, whatever.
It's just like, it's all just so,
whatever the rational side of the argument is for this, it's never that.
No,
it's never
right.
like,
I
harass
wish people,
that dude,
God, I wish people
or even hate. Like, there's no even reason for hate here ever, like in any form.
This all goes back to that, and I have been a party to it. Like, not going after people, but I get drawn into the excitement just like everybody else does, and I have to be reminded constantly, don't get excited about this. Like a perfect example is Assassin's Creed. I rag on this all the time. Those are games that I want to love, and I enjoy them for a very small period of time. And every year I get burned when I buy it. Because I get drawn into the excitement, and I'm like, yes, okay, they did it. They figured it out. I'm gonna get it, and every time, and it happens.
Every year, I'm like, I just came off Unity. I'm like, too much game, like not good enough. Like, as much as I actually did like Unity, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with Assassin's Creed for a while. Oh, the next one's gonna be in London, Victorian London. Oh, what?
Man,
dang it!
Into that, yeah, right. And I guess. Self-reflection, people. Just take a moment to yourself. I'm going to right now.
We don't do it because of the selves we are, but you should do it.
Take a moment. Welcome to the 0 hit points relaxation moment.
I don't know if you want to start doing that just yet before. I guess we don't need to spend a lot of time on this, but because we've mentioned that Digital Homicide they're the people doing this, like trying to get users' names from Valve, and they're suing Jim Sterling, and
they
Valve
made the game Hatred. That was the name of the game with the.
Except they didn't.
Oh, right. They were the ones that's what I was going to say. They were the ones that I said made the game Hatred last week, and then I had to retract that. But I think I did that on the show.
Same episode though, so it's almost like
it's
like
no,
it never happened. Yeah, no. But yeah, he's apparently dropped the lawsuit, or it didn't even ever get past the asking for a subpoena to get the usernames from Valve, because soon as Valve felt antagonized, they removed his games from Steam. So he's actually making the argument that that dried up all of his income, which forced him to withdraw his request for a subpoena. And I think he mentioned that maybe his lawsuit against Jim Sterling is pending dismissal as well, or something like that. Whatever. This dude, yeah, we've already talked about that as well, but I feel like Valve's a pretty reasonable company with some reasonable people there for as left field as they can be.
Sure.
Like I feel like if he wanted to politely, or not even politely, just in the spirit of solution rather than antagonizing or not even Valve, but the people that were doing this to him, even if the people were harassing him legally and figuratively, like I feel like there would have been a way to work with Valve, but he did it in the way that Valve stepped back. So, I mean, you got to question, but whatever, it's all done. He has said that the company himself is also done.
It's pretty much dead, right? Yeah.
He has a quote that's, as far as Digital Homicide, it's destroyed. It's been stomped into the ground from 1,000 directions, and use is discontinued.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of helped it, but we won't go ahead and put personal responsibility anywhere other than where it belongs, and that is in the ground, buried with Digital Homicide.
Okay.
I don't believe in personal responsibility. I do believe in Trailer Town. Let's go Trailer Town.
Oh, is that the new theme?
I really do. You can cut it. You can use it again.
No, yeah, okay. I'll just put it in the buffer.
The buffer zone. Okay, so we got a couple of trailers here. Some good ones, some not so good ones. Just kidding. All of them are amazing, and I've never wanted anything more in my life. Paper Mario Color Splash. Did you watch this trailer? 3 minutes of Paper Mario Color Splash story, basically.
3 minutes of I kind of want a Wii now,
right?
Basically.
A
Wii U.
That was a phenomenally great trailer. Like, that was so... They showed some cool stuff that I don't remember being in Paper Mario. Some anachronistic things, like a steak slapping Mario around. There was...
it's not anachronistic. It's like a...
Well, in that world, I think it is anachronistic, because a real live steak.
I thought anachronistic was like time.
Like, it does. Well, yeah, I guess
time unrelation.
Fair. Okay. Whatever.
Maybe the steak is from the future.
It could be a future steak. We don't know.
Or if you see the Paper Mario universe as in the past, like that's what people used to be until they evolved into 3D.
Well, see, I think it was the other way around.
Oh. Fair enough.
I think we evolved into 2D. Anyways,
there's some stuff from Super Mario World in there where the thing hits and then it turns isometric. That's kind of anachronistic.
See, there we go. But it had there was a humor to it that hit very similarly to me, in the same styles as WarioWare, which was great. It was really funny and goofy. And a whole bunch of the way the game seems to have been displayed in this trailer kind of harkens back to some of those WarioWare games, like the WarioWare Smooth Moves and stuff, which is good. That game was like, Daisy and I had a massive amount of fun playing those games.
Great game.
So seeing some of that style of weird humor thrown into the Mario universe with some things that just don't exist in that universe, like when I say a steak hit Mario, I don't mean like an animated steak. Like it's like South Park when they have
picture of a real steak.
A real steak.
Well, I guess it's an in-engine generated
but
3D steak.
But it's a steak. It looks like a real steak.
And I want to say that was during the battle sequence because it is still a turn-based RPG. This is Paper Mario is the outgrowth of Super Mario RPG, right? Like this is kind of what that became. This is the franchise that took that game style. But those battles appear to take place, some of them in like real settings, like they're on a butcher's block, like in a butcher store. It's not called a butcher store. In the meat store.
It's called a butchery.
Butchery. In the carniceria, if you will.
I will not.
Taqueria
for me only.
But yeah, it's. I mean, I've always had a passing interest. Not even a passing interest. I've just been very interested in trying Paper Mario someday. And this looks really cool.
And I played the first one. I don't remember finishing it at all. But I remember playing it, and it was fun. It was cool. It was like totally different, and I always like playing the Mario stuff. But this trailer was really great. Like it was cool. The combat looked fun. Still like the I like the way that they show off how you. So a big part of this is about the game is replacing color that's being removed from the world, and
it's Super Mario Sunshine
basically. Yeah, and good analogy. With the battling, you have a card system that you like color in the cards and change the color of the cards, which changes what the card does on some level, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
but
we're garnering just from what we saw. Like
trailer,
there wasn't even a whole. There was a couple words in there, I guess.
But it was cool that like you pick a card, you color in the card, and then you flick the card. It goes onto the screen, and then you can use it, and it looks like fun.
Question.
Okay.
Did you like it as much as the Battlefield 1 single player trailer?
I would say they were both violent and filled with lots of just moments that needed serious reflection.
Okay. Sorry I asked.
Was it better? Man, I mean that's like, is World War II better than World War I?
Well, yeah, because it's
the sequel, right?
Right.
But the sequel's not always better. Maybe the book was better, but I don't know that the actual like
Mortal Kombat Annihilation might disagree with you, sir.
It does. It usually gives me violent diarrhea.
You'll be happy to hear.
I will.
Now
I am happy to hear.
Now I'm interested in Battlefield 1.
That was a good trailer. It was a single player trailer, man.
Single player trailer. Is there any way to do just that part of the Battlefield?
Yes.
Okay.
You just buy the game and only play that part.
Then
when you're done, you sell the game.
Too easy almost.
Yeah.
Real good. Go watch it. Whatever.
It doesn't work for you though. Because you can't, because then you won't have all the achievements, so you can't.
No, yeah, it's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. I'm like, honestly, like that trailer, like thinking about diving into a story, because it's not gonna be great. It's gonna be the Battlefield 4 campaign, you know, like it's gonna look fantastic.
It's gonna be 8 hours.
It's gonna be
crap.
dorky. Yeah, it's gonna be short, but man, it's just that's what I want to play.
You know that whatever goofy crap they have in there for Lawrence of Arabia is just gonna be dipshittery to the nth degree.
It already almost looks overdone, but I'm like,
and I love it.
Whatever.
Like, yep, I'm in. I'm in. You can call me Sir Lawrence Olivier Matt. I don't care.
I've already done the intro for the show.
Done.
Next up, Titanfall 2 single player trailer. Also, let's compare the single trailer players together.
I think the person playing Titanfall 2 is probably better than the person playing Battlefield 1.
It wasn't a lot of gameplay. There was a lot of story, cinematic stuff. There was more gameplay in Titanfall.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so
also a good
objectively better. Really good trailer. This was good because so the single player for Titanfall has been a bit of a question mark since the first game didn't truly have a real single player campaign.
Sure.
So, going back to the knowledge of pre-Infinity or post-Infinity Ward people, knowing what they did with Call of Duty, you got a pretty good idea of what you're going to get out of this. And I think this trailer did a good job of solidifying what we were expecting to see.
It shines through. Absolutely. Yeah.
And that trailer is the thing that pushed me over the edge to pre-order it.
Oh, was it really? You sent me the thing that you pre-ordered. All right. Yeah. Okay.
So we will play Titanfall 2 together for a day or two.
Titanfall 2. 2. And then Modern Warfare Remastered had a trailer. It's Modern Warfare. Like, there's nothing to talk about the trailer, but there's things to talk about the game.
Some great news for all of you who were hoping you could just go and buy your copy of Infinite Warfare, toss it out so you could have Modern Warfare. Who can't.
Or if it was a download code, you just download it and then you sell Infinite Warfare. And then you got your Modern Warfare to do. Or maybe they'll sell it separately online. All you need to do is download that one by itself.
Maybe you could do that, but not you. Not anybody else.
Not anybody. There was a graphic that got released somewhere. And
it was updated on Activision's website, too.
Was it? Okay, yeah. There's like an asterisk at the bottom that basically says you need Infinite Warfare to play Modern Warfare Remastered. If you got the disc needs to be in. If you've got it digitally, it needs to be on your hard drive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess digital people, if you're clear
if
somewhat,
you're a digital
even though
person,
that's weird.
Please get a hold of us because I'm curious about a lot of your life.
Well, they play Call of Duty.
The other interesting piece of information is there will be no digital code for the game for the Xbox. I don't understand that.
What does that mean?
So the PS4 you can do the digital downloads. In Modern Warfare is a digital download. For the Xbox, it's only on the disc. There is no digital download.
But it comes with digital versions of the game.
What the stupid thing says. I don't know why.
What's the stupid thing?
They're legitimately not doing a separate download code for the Xbox. It's just you either get it or you like. They're just not doing like with the PS4. You get a download code for Infinite Warfare, and the disc and a download code for Modern Warfare.
So PS4 players, if you pre-ordered it, you'll get the code for Modern Warfare Remastered today. Actually, you could play it if you wanted. But Xbox isn't doing that. Siri says, here's the thing from the website. At launch, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered will contain only 10 multiplayer maps from digital Call blah, blah, blah. Additional MP maps made available by 12/31. Modern Warfare Remastered is a full game download. Parentheses, game disc must be inserted to play Modern Warfare Remastered. I didn't have to read that whole thing. That added literally nothing to what we're talking about right now.
Yes, and I think you're right. I think maybe it's just there was no pre-stuff for Xbox folks. That might be
I don't know how they're going to do it, but you can't. It's the only
reason
I want to talk about this
is
because it sucks for me. Because do I just... Because I do sell my games when I'm done with them. I wasn't going to sell Infinite Warfare right when I got it because the stuff I'd seen about it, and we've talked about this, has me pretty interested in it.
And I was going to have you mail it to me.
Yeah, but am I, like, literally, I can never play my Modern Warfare if I sell that disc now? Like,
That's
is that...
what it sounds like.
And if I sell that disc, does Modern Warfare go with it? Like, did the people I'm selling to, are they then able to download it then maybe? Like, that would, I guess, lessen the blow a little bit. Even though I would rather keep Modern Warfare forever, I'm fine with a digital code of that.
I mean, I feel like, I don't. I feel like that doesn't work. I feel like once you sell the game, the Modern Warfare is gone. Like whoever buys
if it goes with it, that's fine.
Whoever buys it is not going to get it. But what you can do
now that sucks.
What you can do is you can sell the game, keep the download, which obviously you're going to do, and then when you want to play it again, go buy the $5 copy of it next year when the new Modern Warfare comes out.
I guess. It's dumb. Dumb. I can see there being something of a gate.
This is totally
But they
just desperately, they know people want to spend time with this and not
on
Infinite
just
Warfare.
This. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
So this is their way of saying, too bad, so sad.
Which, if that's the case, like, why not make it its own thing? Like, go make money off of it somewhere. Like,
because
which is just, I mean, who am I talking to? They just want to pack it in and. It's some number cruncher somewhere figured this was worth more money to them if they put it in. Like, I don't know. Maybe they get... I don't know.
Nerds with numbers. And I bet he's got freaking glasses. And I bet he's got like 4 eyes. And he's got glasses. He had 4 eyes. He's such a weird looking guy, and I bet he's got a tie that's a clip on, and he's got some tape on his glasses right there, and he's all, hey guys, let's play Modern Warfare and Infinite Warfare, so we can only make money.
that went on way longer than I thought, and yet not long enough.
Did you notice I spelled it tumor?
That's the only reason I kept this on here. I don't even really want to talk about.
No, we don't have to.
There's been Destiny 2 rumors, and I figured you didn't want to talk about them either. But on the agenda, tumor, it says Destiny TWOmours because it's like Destiny 2 rumors, but then it also spells like the brain thing that'll kill you.
So there was something interesting that came out of some of the info that came out. Number one, Destiny 2 is confirmed. It's coming to the PC. This was.
I don't know if any of this is confirmed, but
Destiny 2 coming. That was confirmed a long time ago. I think it's going to be at the PC.
I don't think
it's not going to be
confirmed.
It is
not. No, I believe it. I don't think any of it's confirmed.
It's Destiny 2 is coming to the PC.
You're confirming it right now.
I'm confirming it.
Just wanted to make sure we got the credit.
Okay, so the confirmation is in the sense that one of the journalists, quote unquote, who work for Kotaku.
It's Jason Schreier.
So Schreier got some information. He
has connections with Destiny that has been proven. I said, this is why I believe it.
Right.
But it's not confirmed.
It's confirmed. Schreier got information. Somebody else, totally unrelated to him, got the exact same information. Confirmed. The more interesting thing here is there's a statement in there that is fascinating to me about how Destiny 2 is going to be like a totally new game. A huge reason for that is going to be that they don't have to work with 2 generations of consoles. So that's a huge point. But one of the things that comes up is character progression, transfers and stuff. And what I'm mostly interested in is they kind of talk about how the game is basically going to be a totally new game. Totally new. In theory, again, we're all
this is
speculation.
the thing that you mean when you say totally new. Like it's going to be, because with MMOs and with the type of game Destiny is, there's always been a thing about whether or not it'll just hit 2.0 someday, and then with a big, like basically like the Taken King, like there'll just be a relaunch. It'll be 2.0. Here's a bunch of new stuff. It sounds like they're very much taking the road to a Destiny 2 disc, like brand new game. Like there will be
no transfers.
Something will come over. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure a character names or maybe a look will.
But for the most part, it sounds like they're.
It sounds like they're getting rid of all the subclasses, all the current classes. According, again, rumor. But if that's the case,
wait, I thought it was confirmed.
It's confirmed rumors. Yeah, totally confirmed.
Are you unconfirming? You're just confirming the PC part. You're not confirming this part.
Yes, totally true.
Okay.
Confirmed. Kill confirmed. Confirmed. But what's interesting to me here is they spent a lot of time talking about becoming a legend and all this stuff. I'm not sure. I'd be interested to hear, because my view is totally jaded on this, what people feel like if Destiny 2 rolls out and you don't get to take anything over. Are people going to be okay with that? Like, is that going to be something that is fine? We're starting all brand new. It's big deal. I'm
actually okay with that, but I don't think I'm getting Destiny 2. So I mean,
I am definitely not. 100%. There's no.
I'm not getting what I'm saying. Like
it's not.
I'm fine with the idea. Like I'm not hating it, but yeah, I'm not.
But I'm curious.
I don't know, and maybe that's why they do Destiny 2 is because they need to start all over
which makes a lot of sense. Like it does. I wouldn't blame them for going that direction. I am legitimately curious what the community's response will be.
They'll hate it.
If Bungie comes, well, of course they will.
There will be some people that don't care as much and will buy the game. There will be some people that freaking hate it rabidly,
but still
will buy the game. Yeah. And then there will be people that nobody ever hears from them again. So there you go. Confirmed. There you go.
Confirmed.
Battleborn is going free to play.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. There was a rumor that it was, and then Randy Pitchford got into the mix and said, quote, I was just told about a reckless story about Battleburn. I don't know why. I always freaking call it Battleburn.
Because it's so bad, you want to burn it.
Going free to play, that is false. There are no plans to convert battle porn. I just called it battle porn. I can't. It's just two B's in a row. It's not even that hard.
It is called Battleborn.
There are no plans to convert Battleborn free to play. Next tweet, 1 minute later, we have some unannounced plans to do a trial version of the game that would be free and from which retail can be purchased along with DLC.
Which it sounds like no. I don't know if you may not be familiar with this, but many years ago, prior to the concept of a beta, which I think we've all come to understand, there's no such thing as a beta anymore. All of it is just playtesting and seeing how pissed people get.
I would take issue with that, but that's okay.
I very rarely feel like beta testing is beta testing anymore.
I think we're about half and half, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, 99% of beta testing is server stability testing. It's not gameplay.
Oh, I see where you're coming at. I thought we were drawing the line between like marketing betas and
no.
betas. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's essentially where I was gonna go with this. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
What are you doing with your life?
Jason Schreier, again, the guy that was doing this article, tweeted Randy back and said, it sounds like what you just said is what you said was not what you just said.
Oh.
And to which he responded, Randy Pitchford again, I don't think timed demo is right. I think we need to sort out our plans first and then announce them, call in a few months. So
maybe don't say anything about it in the first place there, Pitchford. Just let the rumor float. That's number one. But number two, hold on. Prior to all of this beta garbage, many years ago, there were things called demos. You used to be able to get them for like, I don't know, Duke Nukem. It was shareware. Here, you like it? Play the demo. Okay, buy the game. Then betas started happening. If more games did demos, I think people would just be, in general, happier. But...
And free to play happened too.
Yeah. This Battleborn. I just when he comes out and says it's not going to be free to play, but we're going to put we're not doing a timed demo, but that's exactly what it sounds like you're doing. Why? That game
here's what
flopped.
we know.
We know it flopped.
Well, that's why though. Like we know, and it's not a surprise in the least that the Gearbox has been looking into how to rebirth Battleborn for the most part.
Well, right. I mean,
like they need to do something. Like it's $20 if you're still buying it outright anywhere.
You don't set up prime time at PAX and spend a majority of it talking about Battleborn if you're not trying to get people to remember the game exists.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. So it's hey, Battleborn's not doing great. What a garbage fire of a game. Man, here's a mega code from PAX West 2016 for all sorts of skins. I even looked up what was in it. It is HWC-T-K-J-6-T-K-J-Z-F-C-R-B-B-5-3-X-S-5.
I like that you started that with, man, I even looked up what was in it. Then you just gave out the code, and now we'll move on. So
10,000 credits, 18 loot packs, 5 skins for Atticus, Isaac, Wrath, Alani, and Ernest. PlayStation 4, PC, or Xbox One. And I guess, according to you, that code will work with each of them? Like, it doesn't get used up? Like, if you can use it on all 3 of those if you want?
That's according to the Battleborn subreddit. Obviously, I haven't tried it. That's what I read. No,
it's Reddit, where there's legitimate news source.
Don't point your camera at your dong.
No promises. This is the 3rd one we've done, so I don't know. Chances are some of the other ones are still good too, so whatever.
I'd say chances are very good since you're the only one listening.
Yeah. And we actually have other codes. Like, it's not just going to be Battleborn. So,
it'll just be Battleborn.
Keep an eye out. PlayStation VR is coming out.
or as I like to call it, PSVR.
That's fine.
PSVR.
October 13th, the Sony released an ultimate FAQ. A couple of the things that stood out from the FAQ were that you can capture, stream, share, just like any other PS4 game.
Which is pretty freaking cool. So
Yeah.
it's pretty novel that you're going to be able to share the VR experience with other people. I haven't actually tried it. I mean, I guess I could do it with my PC. Never really considered it.
You could share.
I can stream it. I just never really thought about it.
Well, it's saying you can stream right from your PlayStation.
Yes, and in this case you can because it's all built in. I just never considered streaming any of my VR stuff.
Gotcha.
But I think it's really cool that Sony
wonder...
figured that out because it's all one button, man.
Well, so it makes sense because they've come out saying they'll have what they're calling now a social screen, which is basically just the game outputs to the TV, so anybody in the room can see what you're doing. Something else that came out about this was also that that will support games. Like there are some games where people in the room will be able to play the game with you based on what they see on that social screen while you have the headset on or whatever.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so does the PC do something similar? Like when you say you could stream it, like is there a feed
yeah. So it always outputs to the screen. Like I always have a game screen going.
Okay, gotcha.
You've seen it,
which sounds cool. That's cool.
And you've seen it because I showed you the video of me freaking out, and
you're right.
Daisy shows the screen of me what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I did see that. You're right. Now that you mention it,
I do mention it.
A couple other things from the FAQ. Number one, it's incredibly dry. It's very long. They want to answer all of your questions
in a non-entertaining fashion,
regardless of how dry and non-entertaining it might be. Like the farther I got down the line, I was like, man, I want to get this, which is a weird thing for an FAQ to do. I feel like that. I don't know if that was their intent.
I would love to get you. I'd love for you to have a PS4.
The other thing it does is come across as like it's some of the reading the questions one after another, because some of them are really bland. Like, what is VR? And it's like VR stands for virtual reality, and it goes through everything. Towards the end, it got to be like there was a perceived impatience. I don't think it was actually there, but because the questions just get weirder. Like one of them's like, my head is larger than average. I'm not even joking. That's like that's how one of them starts. And then it's like, do I need a TV to play? The answers are always very nice, but I just picture somebody at Sony going, yeah, you need a TV. Can someone else change the channel? Yeah. Why would somebody else? Do I need a TV to play? I just answered.
You know that there is a pretty hefty editing. There's a question. The response is, here is this person. The person asks a question. Here is their gamer tag, their phone number, their address. Go find them. That is the answer to your dumb question. You will die by my hand. So you're gonna buy a PlayStation 4 now to get a PSVR, huh?
Well, I'm going to need to if I want to play Resident Evil 7, because the NeoGAF rumor is that thing is an exclusive. The VR portion, anyways, is an exclusive to PSVR for 12 months.
Yeah, so I can't justify the PSVR because I've got the Vive. There is no justification there. I can't do that.
Sure.
I can, absolutely. I won't. This is one though that man, I guess, because I told you, I mentioned this before, that game is a selling point for me. They know that Resident Evil 7 is going to be a selling point, a VR selling point for a lot of people. So I really need to see what those reviews come down to, because if it's really, really good,
I just hope they would, because they've been a little reluctant, it seems, to talk about it in conjunction with the PS4K. My pipe dream was that it didn't require a processing unit to play with the PS4K. It's not even called that anymore. What do they call it? The PS Pro? Yeah. PlayStation 4 Pro. But it seems like they're distancing themselves, or they're trying not to talk about those two things in conjunction, because it's either an overload or it's kind of maybe asking too much of some consumers that are, anyways, I'm still hoping for the VR PS4 Pro bundle something rather along those lines. So
Right. I mean,
guess I'll be waiting a little longer.
I think regardless, you're going to have the little box. It's never not going to have the box.
Yeah, that's what I said. That was a pipe dream, but yeah, whatever.
Even,
now I'm just
the
kind of
Vive
waiting
has a
for
box.
the bundle. Yeah, no, that's
So, and I base everything I know about
Is
VR.
there processing going on in that box?
No, it's using my.
Oh,
it's doing some conversion stuff because it comes right out of my video card. But
gotcha.
there's
Well,
a box that
yeah.
does. There's some conversion work done there. It's not. I'm sure it's not nearly as process heavy as whatever Sony's doing.
Anyways, let's blow through these. TwitchCon happened.
It did. We were
Amazon,
not there because we are not Twitch partners.
Aggressively not there.
We were aggressively not.
Yeah.
Like, I am staying here as hard as I can.
In protest. Yeah. But we weren't. They announced 3 new games. One of them's called New World, looks like an MMO. One of them's called Crucible, looks like it might be some type of shooter. And one of them's called Breakaway, looks like it's some type of MOBA, basically.
All games, by the way, for those who don't realize, Amazon owns Twitch now.
Yes.
So that was a huge deal. All of these games are being made by Amazon Game Studios.
Yeah.
So,
and one of the more interesting things that it looks like they're being very stream focused with their development. Like as far as interactivity.
Surprise me.
no, that's actually a good hook for me. Like I'm very interested in, because otherwise, like whatever, like Amazon.
Right. Well, one of them, and I don't remember if it was Crucible or Breakaway, and I think it's Breakaway. They specifically talk about how there will be game players, like people actually doing stuff in the mobile world or whatever world it is. But then there's also almost the caster, like the person doing like a shoutcast that can influence the game itself. So
yeah,
they're
exactly,
watching the game,
like that.
and that's very cool. As
basically hash bombs all over again.
Yes.
Mike Micah, where's your check?
Yeah, get Mike Micah some money. Mike Money Micah.
Mike Money Micah.
Make money from Mike Micah.
Mike making money.
Micah.
Also, they announced Twitch Prime, which is they got rid of whatever the Twitch Pro subscription was.
So it's kind of an upgrade to Twitch Turbo.
Twitch Turbo, that's
Twitch
what it
Turbo
was.
still
how
exists.
could I not remember that?
Twitch Turbo still exists in a lot of places because some places don't have Amazon Prime. You can actually, in the FAQs, if you have a Twitch, God, now I've lost it.
Okay.
Oh,
we've hit that. It's that time of the cast
if
again.
if you have
hold it together.
If you have a Prime account and a Twitch Turbo account, you can have both. But in the FAQs, they even say you probably should consider canceling your Turbo account because you get almost everything that you would here. Yeah. So it's basically an upgrade. I upgraded our Twitch account, the 0HITPOINTS account. So
it's cool for us because we didn't have Twitch Turbo, and now we have whatever that used to be.
Yeah. So now you know what? We're gonna subscribe to somebody. Somebody's gonna get some subscription money from us because we get a free subscription.
Cool.
One of the cool things about this is you can subscribe to any. You get one free subscription to any streamer that you like. That's ad free. And they get paid as a normal subscription. So
is that how Twitch works? You just get paid based on how many subscribers you have?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Advertising and all that stuff.
So you're telling me we could make money at this thing someday?
To do that, you have to have a certain number of subscribers or followers. You have to have followers.
People viewing your videos.
You actually have to have a number of followers before you can have the subscribe button. When you get the subscribe button, that's when you start making money.
Catch 22.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We're bad, but you know what? I've been upping my stream content lately, and I'm going to try and do that on a more regular basis. We're going to do it, man.
All right. So tune in tomorrow for our special Twitch Prime stream of whatever game we happen to play.
Yeah, whatever game I have to freaking install.
Fig is legit now. They've been actually going through a review process with the SEC based on whether or not or when or how their non-accredited investors can give money to the games on their platform. That was kind of the hook with Fig, is that they allowed not only crowdfunding but people to invest. The crowd vesting. Mm-hmm. I said it. I was the first one to say that.
Yeah, I love vests. I think they look great.
So that's good. Like people, they've been reservations up till now, but now it's been approved. It's all gone through. So whatever. Next thing up on Fig is actually Wasteland 3. Got announced. So
the exciting part about Wasteland 3 is that it's something I never ever considered. I don't really know how it's going to work. I'm fascinated by it. Co-op. I don't know how you do co-op in Wasteland, but I'm excited.
Me
to see
neither.
it.
But I don't know anything about Wasteland.
It's the precursor to Fallout.
I was going to say, doesn't it have Fallout things? I do know one thing
Fallout,
about it.
Fallout kind of came from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, we've mentioned it a couple times that Vivendi's kind of been trying to take over Ubisoft. They wrested Gameloft from Ubisoft, and now they've been trying to do the same thing kind of with Ubisoft. And I guess Vivendi's thing has been they kind of sneak their way onto the board until they have majority influence, and then they kind of take it over. Apparently, that has failed. We talked about the website called weloveubisoft.com. I don't know if you've signed up on that site yet.
Me? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
okay. It's all I do.
Okay.
I have it running in a loop in the background.
That's incredibly funny to me. They had the board meeting where if Vivendi was going to do that sneaky thing, they were going to do it, and they were not able to. The Guimauds were reelected along with a couple newbies that gave them enough position or something like that. Anyways, so now basically if Vivendi still wants Ubisoft, they have to go the full-on hostile takeover route rather than this little sneaky deal that they like to do.
Which is, and that's going to be fast. That's going to be an interesting watch because that's going to involve. I mean, there's going to be a whole bunch of legal crap, but it's going to you'll be finding out who cares about Ubisoft and who doesn't, and how much money makes people happy, because this is going to come down to they're going to start offering boatloads of money per share to the people on that board and those shareholders.
Yeah,
Vivendi's going to get it. Like at this point, if they're going hostile, they're going to, because the only way the Guimauds keep it is if they end up basically buying everything back, and I don't know that they can afford it.
Here's an idea.
Okay.
What if they rush out some games?
You know what?
Even if they're not done yet.
No. You know what? I don't think that's the right thing. I think Ubisoft is smart if they say, you know what? Maybe let's take 2 years off from Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. You know what? Because maybe we can make a really, really good version. We'll get Matt Amberg back, and if he's there, like, he's got some sway. People,
we can get 0 hit points to stop bad mouthing us on their podcast.
If Ryan Miller would stop trying to play Tetris.
I know, just don't boot it up for a week. What could go wrong? So that was the other Ubisoft news item, was that somebody talking to Ubisoft VP of Editorial Tommy Francois, which I appreciate it when they use French names that I can pronounce and know. It's Tommy French is what we call him.
TF.
Yeah. Basically said that they asked him about Assassin's Creed, and he basically said there might not be one this year either, because we want to make sure it's done real well, and maybe Far Cry 2. And you know what this is? Not Far Cry 2. Sorry, Far Cry also. Yeah. Yes, they're delaying the release of Far Cry 2.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
But the name of the next Far Cry game coming out after Far Cry Primal is Far Cry also.
Far Cry.
It's basically you're just Zoidberg.
It's a blatant. That's all this is a blatant power play for the fans. What they're like, well, people are starting to hate us, like we might lose the company. What if we don't release any games for a while? Just
you can't hate us if we're out of the public eye,
right? They're just trying to win fans. They're trying to win us back by not releasing any games.
It's
not going to work.
It's an illusion, Ryan.
I'm not going to fall for it.
You shouldn't.
Also, Assassin's Creed didn't take a year off or a week off. They did the Ezio collection. They're like, we're not going to release a new one. We're just going to release a bunch of old ones. just keep playing it.
Because, hey, these games were beloved. Maybe somebody will fork out some money for these again.
Actually stop releasing them for a while.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe stop with the franchise for a minute. Don't release the 2D side scrollers. Don't release it. Wait till the damn movie comes out.
You're right.
Just let the movie come out. Do nothing for it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but actually, you know what? Don't let the movie come out. Hold the movie
now we're talking.
back.
All right.
In fact, Put that movie. Never release the movie. Movie doesn't even exist anymore. We've all forgotten. I don't know, man. Ubisoft. I don't.
You remember how we talked about earlier how like the Assassin's Creed always like, and then we get burned?
Yeah, no, it's
the next one is subtitled Empire and will be set in ancient Egypt.
Nope, not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
That sounds rad.
No, it sounds amazing, and I know I'm gonna be screwed. I'm gonna be running around with weird like raw faces and dog heads, and then suddenly the face is gonna be a skeleton. I'm gonna fall through Egypt. Like I'm gonna go into a totally different game. I'm gonna fall back into like Paris.
Ooh. What if they did that? I would be back in. What if they had like a thing where it looked like you glitched out and people's faces went weird, but you were just like back in the Animus, or then you traveled through time and you were in a different part of the game.
And then in real life, people's faces were missing.
Right?
Oh man, I wish nobody had faces.
It's time for the lightning round. Matthew Amberg.
Lightning round.
It's your turn. Are you ready?
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't listen to these things. Pretty sure I went last week.
I thought I went last week.
Hey, we'll find out. Street Fighter V is getting a Halloween-themed update.
Spooky Chun-Li, all for me.
Final Fantasy creator Hironobu Sakaguchi, a new studio tentatively titled Dawnwalker.
I don't want to walk away from him at dawn. I don't know.
Bulletstorm is getting remastered and coming to PS4, Xbox One, according to a Brazilian classification board.
You know what? Nope. Die. Lost it all. And shoot me in the...
Hello Neighbor is a new game where you play as the home invader.
Oh, that's so weird. I didn't know they were basing games on my life. That game
I feel like it was a clean sweep.
That game looks awesome, by the way. Did you watch the trailer for it? The little gameplay
did not.
thing? So the entire premise of this is that the AI learns what you're going to do, and you're trying to break into this guy's house and figure out what he's doing. And it's a very goofy art style. Like it's very, very poppy and very colorful and very cartoony. And yet also terrifying in a very, very real way. Check out the gameplay trailer for it. Hello Neighbor. It looks interesting. It's coming next year, and I'm curious about it.
Judges? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Upcoming games. Yesterday, that GTA Online Bikers thing came out, so.
Sons of fanarchy.
Play it. We could stream that tomorrow.
Probably got to install it.
Yep. October 7th, Mafia 3 and Paper Mario Color Splash. We talked about that. Trailer's out. October 10th, 100-Foot Robot Golf.
It's a good
what
title.
It's about? It's completely descriptive.
Is it?
It's a VR game, too. Is that coming out for Vive?
I don't know.
I feel like it's a PlayStation thing. October 11th, Gears of War 4. Rise of the Tomb Raider for PS4. The exclusivity thing is over. Rise of the Tomb Raider Blood Ties. Is that a new DLC?
It's DLC.
Okay. Yeah. Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary Edition World Tour. You may have heard of. And WWE 2K17, I guess.
Yeah.
What games are you going to play from here until now eternity?
I'll probably play more Clustertruck, definitely more Shadowrun Returns. I don't know if I'm going to get back to Mirror's Edge anytime soon. Aggravated. Overwatch. Yeah, maybe we'll do GTA this week. That might be fun.
Okay. So word on the street is that Recore has been updated twice now. The first one was to address loading issues, which kind of I wanted to wait until more issues were addressed.
Yes.
And it looks like the next one is doing that. So Recore could be on my docket for this week, says the man who played no games this week.
But next week we have to play games because next week we have to play Gears of War 4.
Yeah, now you're reaching for the stars, my friend.
I am, because next week that should be our hit plays, some horde mode.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for tuning in. If you tuned in, go check out the website. Did I put anything up on the website? I'm going to put last week's stream up.
Don't.
I did a Monday video. It was
real good.
I did a clip show.
Super strong one too.
So check that out. Friday video still on hiatus. Sunday, consider Sunday as your day of the week this week. We're still on the weekends, Sundays.
Brought to you by People for Sundays.
People for Sundays. I'm Sunday and I approve of this message.
I'm Tuesday, the most useless day of the week. Go to hell. All right. And on that note, happy Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I hope the weekend gets here soon.